It's no secret that people here in the UK absolutely love an SUV. And it's easy to see why, because they're so practical and spacious, and in many cases exceptionally comfortable. They easily fit in to many consumers' lives. And it's almost as if every single manufacturer out there is offering some form of SUV or crossover. And if you trace that back, well, you can almost argue that BMW were the ones that started that trend with the release of the X5, that suburban city SUV that was not really designed for going off-road, but looked like it had all the capabilities. BMW's offering now is extensive. We have the X1 right the way through to the X7, and there's even rumours of the new XM and that ridiculously large looking BMW X8 on the horizon. But one of their best sellers is this here, the compact BMW X3. And in this video, I want to show you a car that I didn't even know existed within that lineup until this morning. And that is this, the BMW X3 M40d Edition. Welcome back then everyone to Rydebrook TV. And let's just take a quick look around at what you get for your money when you option the Pro Edition. Visually, you'll see the car is finished in this beautiful frozen grey paintwork. That is one of the most obvious indications that this car is the Pro Edition. That colour really does pull out all the highlighted creases and lines throughout the car and show that kind of sculpted bodywork. It really does make the car stand out. You'll also notice there's a lot of gloss black trim around the car. Down the front here, we have this gloss black grille with this twin slat design and the N badge designation on the front there to indicate this is a performance orientated SUV. You also get a lot of black gloss down the front here in the grills and the vents. And then we've also got these smoked headlights which work really well with the grey paint. This particular car has been optioned with the BMW laser light headlights, which are just phenomenal in the dark. But that does add this blue trim and detail within the headlights as well. If you don't go for the visibility pack, the car would come with completely gloss black headlights and they look fantastic. If you follow me around the side, now the side profile of the car is another angle where this satin grey paintwork really does set the car off. It really does show off this bold shoulder line that runs the whole length of the car and the sculpted bit around the bottom here with the side skirts. You'll also notice the car is fitted with these unique to the 40i and 40d alloy wheels with that gloss black centre and silver diamond cut face. To really set those off, BMW have fitted the car with gloss red brake calipers and they really do show the car's sporting prowess. Finally, you do get these carbon weaved mirror caps with this M design at the edge here, this aerodynamically crafted wing mirror. And again, that's just a great little touch from the outside of the car. There's a lot more gloss black trim around here as well. We've got this vent down the side here to alleviate all that pressure that builds up in the wheel arches. We have gloss black window surrounds and roof rails. The whole visual of the car, well, when you just stand back and look at it, really is quite a sporty looking thing, isn't it? That sporty theme continues at the rear of the car too. If you follow me around, this is one of my favourite views. Now let me explain to you why the rear of the car is one of my favourite views. And it all revolves around these tail lights. I mean, just look how good they look. I love the angle of them, the shape of them, just the over-the-top complexity of the design. I think they really do make the back of the BMW X3 just a unique looking car. It's instantly recognisable. Also around the back here, we'll see this gloss black diffuser at the bottom with these chrome black exhaust tips. And they're real exhaust tips as well, by the way. They're not fake kind of things welded in and plastically clipped into the diffuser. They're actual proper metal exhausts, which I like. You'll also see at the rear of the car the chrome X3 and M40d designations on the back. And you also have this rather large sporty roof spoiler. It's a really great looking bit of kit. Now if we jump inside the car, we can have a look at what the Pro Edition gets you on the interior. Step inside and you're met with a very familiar BMW interior. Everything is exactly where you'd expect it to be on a modern BMW. You've got all your centre console with your iDrive controls down here, your various driver mode switches, the stop-start button, the really nice, fat, chunky M Sport steering wheel. You've also got this massive infotainment screen, which is touch sensitive. You can use the controls down here. As you've just heard, it's also motion sensitive, so you can use your hands to gesture controls and stuff on there. And it also has voice control. You've got this wonderful driver's display right in front of you. One of the best ones on the market, I think. I love the shape of the BMW ones. The kind of nice angular, vented sort of design. It really does sort of match up with the kidney grills on the front of the car, that kind of unique BMW shape and design that you get on them. As I've mentioned, the steering wheel is really nice in your hands. You've got these nice kind of aluminium effect, I would say. They're not actually aluminium, because aluminium effect shift paddles on the back of it. And other than that, you've just got lashings of carbon fibre absolutely everywhere on the Pro Edition. You've got this all carbon fibre weave in the doors here with this nice illuminated strip on the top. It flows all the way across the centre console into the passenger door. You've even got it in the back seats and back doors back there as well. There's just bags of carbon fibre that make it feel really, really sporty and quite like it should be an fully fledged M performance car. Another thing that makes the car feel exceptionally sporty is these seats. These are the proper M seats. You'd find these in the top of the line M performance cars. These are the things that you find in the X3 M competition, and even in things like the M3 and M4. They're wonderfully supportive, really, really comfortable seats. The leather is nice and soft, and there's so much adjustability in them to get yourself nice and comfortable. They also don't take up a huge amount of rear seat space either, because they're quite thin and narrow at the back, but yet somehow very, very comfortable and supportive. Down here in the centre console, it's got this nice gloss black finish. Everything is nicely well put together, nice and soft touch. We've got this nice rollback shutter here, which reveals both your cup holders underneath there and storage space for your phone. There's a nice M badge under here as well, with this light that illuminates all this centre console when it's dark. Storage wise, we've got huge door bins with a specific area down here for water bottles. As I've mentioned, you have this rollback shutter for 2 cup holders, the large armrest under there with a charging point in it, and then obviously huge glove box, really useful deep glove box for storing all your documents and folders in there. It's a very practical, very comfortable place to sit and be. Because this is a Pro Edition, we also have a heated steering wheel. We've got the panoramic sunroof, which lets so much light in, makes it a lot lighter and brighter in here. And we've got the dual climate, heated seats, cooled seats, you name it, this car is fitted with it. When we start talking about technology, things like cruise control, speed limiter, or your mobile phone connectivity, the car also comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and it's all controlled through this massive infotainment screen. It's all, as I've just mentioned, touchscreen and all that sort of stuff. You can use it to navigate through your apps, but I much prefer using the iDrive wheel down here on the centre console. It's much easier. Once you've worked out where the shortcuts are, you can just dive straight in and start using that. Keep your eyes fixed on the road. Another great feature of the Pro Edition is another safety feature about keeping your eyes fixed on the road and making sure you're looking straight ahead at all times. It's the fact the car is incorporating a heads-up display as well as standard, which, as I say, is fantastic to be able to keep your eyes on the road, and information up there is all the essentials, such as your speed, the directions you need to be going for your satellite navigation. Anything else will be displayed on your driver's display, and anything beyond that, well, that'll be over here on your infotainment. That's everything from the driver's point of view covered off. I think it's now time we jump in the back and take a look around the space in there and see what accessories and stuff the passengers will benefit from. There's plenty of space in the rear of the car for 3 adults to fit comfortably. There's this armrest with 2 cup holders, 2 USB-C charging points, as well as climate control systems to make sure the rear of the car is just as comfortable as the front. Finally, with the panoramic sunroof going all the way to the rear of the car, the back of the car feels just as light and airy as the front. And they've also got, as I've previously mentioned, that nice carbon fibre weave running through the tops of the doors with that illuminated strip. It makes the back of the car feel just as special as the front. The X3 is also terrifically practical. With a boot space of 550 litres with the rear seats up, that increases to 1,600 litres when you fold down those 40-20-40 split rear seats. So with all the practicality stuff and some of the trim and specification of the Pro Edition covered off, I think what you probably want to know is just how the 40D performs out on the road. So let's get it fired up and go out for a quick spin. Okay, so we're now off the grass and onto a terrain where the BMW X3 M40d Pro Edition, it's a bit of a mouthful, feels more at home, and that is on tarmac, because this is not an off-roader, it's more of a city cruiser. It's a nice family SUV. And my first impressions, well, feels exactly like every other X3 I've ever driven, and that's because I've got the car currently set in comfort mode, where the car is just sedate, practical, usable, plodding along in a nice, comfortable, luxury diesel SUV. Economy-wise, it's good. Noise-wise, nice. There's not too much interference from road noise. It feels nice and quiet in here. Visibility, absolutely excellent. Massive door mirrors. Blind spots are easy to see out of. Rear view mirror, nice and wide. We've got this great panoramic sunroof letting loads of light in as well. So to use in comfort mode, it feels just like every other X3, a nice, usable, practical family SUV. We do have other drivers modes down here as well. We've got Eco Pro mode to tone things down even more and, you know, get maximum fuel efficiency out of the car. It will change the way the gearbox works and stuff like that on the motorways, making sure you're in the best gear to maximise your fuel efficiency. And then my favourite driving mode, and the one where this car really shines, and the one where all those M badges and M performance bits on the car suddenly become more than just a visual appearance and give the car its actual characteristics. It's just here in sport mode. If we hit that, select plus, and you'll find that, well, that exhaust note and engine note just get a bit louder inside the cabin. The gearbox gets a little bit more leery as well. It responds much more quickly to your inputs. If I put my foot down now, it doesn't think about that kick down. It just gets going. And there's that lovely exhaust note. The car uses a 3-litre straight 6-cylinder diesel turbocharged engine, and it's very, very quick. It's a potent bit of kit. Acceleration is not neck-breakingly fast. We're not talking fully fledged M performance cars here. We're not talking the territory of the X3 M competition. That's a whole different league. But as a car to use every single day, there's enough performance there to keep you happy. When it's in sport mode, the car doesn't suffer any compromise when it comes to comfort either. It doesn't become crashy and bumpy. The suspension doesn't become unbearably hard. I'm currently on a Staffordshire B road, and I feel just as comfortable as I did when the car was in comfort mode. One of my other favourite features of this car is the fact that the gearbox also has a manual setting in it, so we can drop it across into manual, and that makes full use of the flappy paddles on the steering wheel, where we can drop it down a couple of gears and show the car behind us a fresh set of tyres. Fortunately, with that performance and pace this car has got, the brakes are also up to scratch. They feel pin sharp. Only the tiniest little bit of input on those brakes is enough to get the car slowing down and keeping it nice and safe. When you're in sport mode, the steering also becomes a little bit more precise. You feel it weight up slightly over things like comfort mode and Eco Pro, but it doesn't become uncomfortable. It's not like it's trying to fight you through the turns. There's just a little bit more resistance and a little bit more feedback to help you position the car nicely through the corners. And when you're done having all this fun, which may I add, I'm not quite done yet, but for the sake of the video I better drop it back down into comfort mode, because like I say, when you're done having all that fun, you can drop the car back into standard comfort mode, a nice balance between performance and economy, and everything just tones down a notch for you again. What I will say about the X3 M40d Pro Edition is that it's a very flexible car. I love the way it's so easy to switch between sensible comfort mode and out and out full sport mode with that individual setting there. I like the way that the car has pretty much every essential option on it. You wouldn't need to add any more to the car than you get as standard on the Pro Edition. And the fact that it looks so fantastically sporty and, well, spicy for want of a better word, the BMW X3 M40d Pro Edition really is an outstanding car. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video with us today. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join us again for more videos in the future. And if you want to find out more about this particular car, please use the links in the description below to reach out to one of our team here at Rybrook, and we'll be happy to get back to you.